Hey guys, and welcome to LoveCast, the Boys Love podcast, where we talk about everything related to boys love. I'm your host Pixie, and with me are my co-hosts Alexa and Coco.
Hey
Hi
guys.
guys.
Today we have a very special guest with us, the Pokemon master himself, Perth. Welcome.
I wasn't expecting that introduction. That was really good. Hey y'all.
So good to have you here, and thank you so much for coming on our little thing here.
Yes.
No, that's no problem. Thanks for inviting me to the podcast. Actually, I listened to the second episode already because the title was like pretty interesting, like best and worst of 2020. So I was like, I gotta find out like if like my engineer was like on any of the listeners. Like that.
Damn! Well, we got a comment on the video that someone said that like you didn't mention my engineer, and I'm just damn it, we forgot it.
Oh, but that's okay. I think it's better to be not mentioned than to be on the worst.
That's true.
Exactly.
Because I'll go on like record and say that I really loved My Engineer. It was one of the first ones I started watching after I got back into BL, and I got really into it. It was better than anyone expected it to be because it kind of came out of nowhere. So we like everyone on the server really loves on the Discord server really loves the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Also, my sister, like when I told her about this, she started freaking out. She's like, "Oh my god, you're talking to Ram." She was like, the whole week she's been like losing it over this. She's so excited about it.
Oh, that's funny. In a good way.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been curious about this for a long time. Like, how did you end up going to the audition for My Engineer? Like, you were the second Ram that was cast?
Actually, it goes back a bit further than that. So the final cast of My Engineer is the fourth cast.
Okay.
Wow.
So the people that were there since the beginning was MD and In Touch. They were the only people from the original cast that are still left. But In Touch didn't play Boss. He used to play Thee.
Oh.
So that was the character that he originally played. And then, so there was people like coming in and out. So actually, there's a guy named Mai, and he plays Kinn in KinnPorsche.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, he was supposed to be the original Bon.
Oh wow.
Well, I'm talking years ago. I wasn't even attached to the project. I didn't even know about it back then.
That's interesting.
So when I joined, it was the third cast. So the third cast was already like, it had Boy, me, Tale, and then, you know what? Sorry, this is going to go like a little bit off topic, but it's so funny because like, obviously we're doing this podcast in English, obviously. But like, the thing is, you know, when you say names or words from another language that obviously the sounds aren't in English, and it's like, I don't know whether to pronounce them like
in English or in
like in Thai, and then like, but you know, like I don't know if you guys have had this experience, but like for example, you know when like you're talking in like, for example, like I'm in Australia speaking in an Australian accent to an Australian person, and then they randomly say another word in like that language's accent. It sounds like kind of like pretentious. You're like, huh? like you know, like people like they talk about like Italian food or whatever. Then like they'll just randomly say like prosciutto or like something like that.
Yeah.
So, what's your preference for like saying names?
Saying names, probably in English because like we don't know how to pronounce Thai stuff, so everyone on the server and stuff say it in English.
Okay. So going back to where we left off, so there was the third cast, which was me, Tale, MD, Boy, In Touch as a different role, and also Nam, who plays Ting Ting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know I just literally said I would say it in English, but I already went back to the Thai pronunciation.
It comes out naturally.
So anyway,
it's fine.
Yeah, and so your original question was, how did I get involved with the project?
Yeah, the project.
So literally, one of the people who was in charge of casting messaged me. So they were looking for someone to play Ram. So they were looking for like just like half Asian people on Instagram who live in Thailand, like people working as models or actors or whatever. And they literally just private messaged me on Instagram, but I didn't actually see the message, but I had my like manager's details up like on the bio or whatever. and they just called my manager and were like, "Oh, would Perth be interested in coming to an audition?" And I just went to the audition and I just got it. That's pretty much the end of the story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know about Boys Love before you went?
I knew that existed, but like at that time, obviously the big ones were like Sodas and and I think Love by Chance 1 was
back
starting
in like
to be on air. Yeah, sometime in 2018. So those were the big ones. Oh, and there was also Lovesick.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 big ones. But it's not like now where there's like literally a new one like every month or 2.
All the time.
Yeah.
So I was like vaguely aware, but like not super detailed like about what was going on. But yeah.
So what were you working with before you started acting in My Engineer?
So I was just working. I was a university student at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was kind of like a late university student because when I moved to Thailand, I started university like again because I entered like a new university.
Right.
So I was like not a mature age student. Like I wasn't like the 30. I know, and I'm not looking down on mature age student. I think like anyone, like, I'm like really supportive. But, like like when I say mature age student, like I'm only like 3 or 4 years older than everyone, not like 15. But anyway.
Yeah. I get it.
I was a full-time uni student, and then I would say casual to part-time model because like uni is like you don't need to go to class. So if I had work, I would just not go to class and do the job. So
that's nice.
Yeah, just like I was just mostly doing like TV commercials and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I think actually it's how a lot of actors get their start, especially in Thailand. A lot of us start off by just casting TV commercials, and then you get a few of those going, and then people invite you to cast for like TV series or like movies and things like that. Yeah, it's how most of us get our start.
Yeah. How was it like playing a character like Ram, because he's really stoic?
Yeah, and you're so like cheerful all the time.
How do you get into the role?
It's not hard for me because that's how I am like when I'm not around friends.
Like,
does that make sense? Like when I'm just out by myself and I'm just like in the gym or just walking around like a shopping center or something, like I probably have the similar facial expression.
Yeah.
But like if someone talks to me, I don't respond in the same way that Ram does, but like my outward appearance or like my persona is like quite similar to Ram. Like I feel like that's just a part of me that I just had to kind of expand to like play the role. But it wasn't particularly difficult. But I understand like, there's a bit of a gap between the me that you see like in the media or like, that's not like a media me, but you know what I mean? Like, me.
But you'd get different personalities kind of if you're with your family, with your friends on TV, and like, so I get that. I remember when you started your YouTube channel and everyone in the Discord server, we posted the first video there and everyone was just like, oh my God, and he's so precious. It was the cutest thing.
That's good to hear.
You have like the perfect personality on screen for something like that. So it's really fun to watch you.
You know, the thing that I like kind of worry about all the time, especially when I'm doing YouTube, is that like vanilla. Like I know it's like some people they say it's like precious or whatever, but I just sometimes I worry that it's like a bit boring. But
no, I think people just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, I think I sort of think it's kind of refreshing because you see all this drama going on YouTube and Twitter and there's so much drama everywhere. So it's just kind of nice to have something like just fun and relaxing to look at. And, you know, when you see someone else smile, you kind of just get in a better mood yourself.
Yeah.
So like, that's how I feel when I'm watching your videos. It's kind of, if I need something to cheer me up, then I can just watch your video and just feel better.
Oh, that's good. That's real. No, but like, that's one of the like greatest things about my job. And like doing YouTube and being an actor is like, I would say like it's a byproduct. Maybe it's not what our job is, but like a huge part of why we do what we do. Well, why I do what I do, and like a byproduct is like you get to spread like happiness. Like I remember when I first started doing this job, like I didn't understand really the relationship between fans and whoever they're a fan of, because I never been like that big a fan of anything before. Well, even now, like I have stuff I like I love Ed Sheeran or like Bruno Mars or whatever, and I've been to their concerts, but I've never been like a super
really
fan
fanboying.
So but But then like when I got a chance to actually meet fans, and you see like they're happy, just like I'm making people's day. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you do.
like
You
I'm not trying to make
people's
it
day.
sound like, yeah, exactly. Like that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like it takes like you nothing to make someone happy. So it's like why not
Yeah.
just do it? Yeah. So anyway.
It's like the smallest
Yeah.
things can make your fans so happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you said it.
So, do you have like an actor that you kind of look up to or idolize?
I wouldn't say I particularly idolize any. Like, I just have like actors I like. Like, I just like stuff,
Yeah.
but I don't really
Mm-hmm.
like. Oh my god, I love this person so much. Like, I never had that kind of idol. But if I'm talking about actors like in general, then yeah, I like Ryan Gosling and
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Cooper,
Yeah.
and those are the first. Oh, I like Jack Black too.
Yeah. Yeah, I
those are the
love
ones-
Jack Black.
Yeah, like School of Rock is so, like
Oh, it's
Oh my God.
it's
legendary.
so quotable. Like I've watched it so.
Ah.
You know, like back in the day. You know when we used to have. Wait, are you guys? How old are you guys? If is it okay to ask? You can cut it out.
I'm 31, so
I'm 26.
I'm
So we're the
23.
same age.
Oh, okay. So you guys remember VHS tapes?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
So the thing
I
is,
used to have
like
Barbie on tape.
Bobby.
Barbie.
Oh, Barbie. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, it's not.
No. The thing is, because like growing up in Australia, you know, like we used to be a colony of like Britain. So the thing is, like we grew up with a lot of British shows on TV. Like I was talking about it in my latest stream recently. Was that like I grew up watching things like Keeping Up Appearances and The Bill. Like The Bill was always on in the daytime for some reason,
my
and like
God.
days where I was like sick from school, just stay home and watch The Bill all day.
Mhm.
And then like when I used to watch like as time goes by. Like anyway, the thing was like it's not like DVDs. Like I just feel like we didn't buy as many VHS tapes as we did like DVDs and stuff. I mean now we don't buy DVDs, but anyway.
Yeah.
So like I had School of Rock was one of the few VHS tapes I had, so I'll just watch it on repeat. So
Yeah.
that's why I can quote it. Sorry, we're going really off topic.
Talking about kind of like actors you like and stuff like that, is there any type of like role or character you'd really like to play in the future?
So you know what's interesting about this is when I get asked this question, I always say that I want to play like a romantic lead in like a kind of love comedy series.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is like the image I have in my head is like a cute like Korean like you know like romantic comedy series. But when I really think about what I've done, which is literally one character in one TV series. Well, that being said, I wasn't that funny, but I was like a romantic character in a love comedy series already. So like when I say that, I kind of feel bad because like I already did it, but I want to be more of like a bright, like uplifting, like be a bit comedic because I feel like I was the straight man and then King is more of the whatever the straight man isn't called. You know, like when there's like a comedic duo. I can't remember what the other person's called.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Specific
You know, like
terms,
Yeah.
but yes.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
yeah. So like,
Yeah.
like, I have to give the deadpan reaction so he can like be funny kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to be like the smiley one. So to answer your question, yeah, I'd like to do like a more like Korean style like love comedy. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Uh-huh. Have you watched any other BLs?
I watched YYY, but I wouldn't call that like a normal BL experience. Because,
No.
like, the only one I've seen is YYY. Plus, since I follow a lot of BL actors and I'm in a BL series, so when I open up Explore on Instagram, it's literally full of like BL scenes. So I see a lot of
See all the
scenes, but I
on
haven't actually
Instagram.
watched the full series. Yeah. Like especially recently, I just keep getting all these Tan type kissing scenes popping up on my Explore page all the time.
Yeah, you don't need to watch the show because it's basically just the Tharn type kissing the whole show.
Ah, okay.
Fun.
I see.
Open
I
up
see.
Instagram in the morning, see some people making out on your page.
How did you get the role in KinnPorsche?
I just went to an audition, but I didn't audition. Like I didn't do the public audition.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I can't remember seeing you amongst the.
Yeah, so
public
I just went to like a private audition. There were like a few roles, like my role and a few other roles where they like just like it wasn't because it's not a huge role. Like yeah, my character has an arc, but it's not like one of the main couples or anything. I don't have a couple on this
partner.
this series. Yeah. So
I remember watching the trailer and I was like, oh my god, nice
Everyone was
pick.
really
I was like,
shocked
oh my
when
god,
it came out.
so unexpected.
yeah,
Like, is
I
that-
was actually surprised at the reaction. Like my manager was showing me a few of the like reaction clips, and like it was just interesting because I was only in it for like 2 seconds, but I was like happy that everyone recognized me.
Everyone
That
was
was
so
cool.
excited.
Yeah, everyone was writing in the chat, is that Perth? Is that Perth? Yeah.
We reference our Discord server a lot. So like what we say writing in the chat and everything like that, or talking about that's like the server that we met in. So we're just always chatting with people in there.
Oh, that's cool. Actually, I just made a Discord. Well, actually, I didn't make it. My brother made it, but I guess it doesn't really matter. But we made a Discord for like my YouTube member, like community people. Yeah, so I'm like new to Discord, but I kind of like get what it's about now. Like it's nice.
Yeah.
Like everyone can chat outside of the stream, so it's kind of cool. So do you guys all play like video games as well?
I do. I like my first ever video game was, I was probably 13. I had one of those big Game Boys, the black brick one.
Oh yeah.
Black and white one.
With no color?
Yeah. That was my first
see.
one. And I still remember the first day I went to the toy shop and bought
GameStop. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
No. Let's not
Nice
talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Just to show that we're up to date with current events.
Yeah. I bought a Pokemon Yellow, like the original.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was my first ever game. So
That's awesome.
I really appreciate your bringing
Pokemon
Pokemon into your channel because I
Nice.
love Pokemon. It's like my
Dude.
upbringing.
Oh, so wait. Is it okay if no. You know, like the thing is, like I'm not. The thing is, like with the, you know, like how times are changing and like PC culture, and it's like you call a girl dude, and they're like, I'm not like. It depends where you come from. 'Cause, like, in Australia, like everyone, we just call everyone dude or like man.
Yeah.
I call everyone
anyway.
dude and bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So my first Game Boy was Game Boy Color. I got Game Boy Color was my first one, and then I got Gold, and then I went back and like got Yellow and then Blue after that. Yeah.
Oh, I loved Pokemon. Like in recess in school and stuff, I would just hide in a corner and play on my Game Boy.
Oh, that's cool. We weren't allowed to take our Game Boys to school.
Oh.
Yeah, because like, you know, other kids get jealous and then everything just gets banned. Like every time something new comes out, like any new like game or anything like that, or even like some toys, like we weren't really allowed to take toys to school either, unless it's for show and tell.
Yeah. When did you move to Thailand? Because you grew up in Australia, right?
Yeah, so I was born there and I lived there until I was 20, and I moved to Thailand when I was 20. So I moved to Thailand.
Okay.
When was it? I think it was 2014.
Okay. Yeah. And how did you like sort of just learn Thai in your house? Like, did you have to study it otherwise?
Yeah, so I grew up like with obviously, well, it's not obvious, but I grew up with an Australian dad and a Thai mum. And my mum tried to teach me when I was younger, but I was just not interested. I remember her like she would teach me that, but I could say numbers. That's all I could say. But she used to try and teach me the alphabet and encourage me to learn. But I was just, it's so strange. Like usually like young children, they just absorb it and then just like regurgitate it. I was just like not interested at all. So I couldn't speak Thai. And then when I moved here, especially at the beginning, it was quite intensive. Like I studied with a teacher for like 4 to 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. I mean, like 3 hours doesn't sound like much when you compare it to regular school, but like...
Yeah, but it's still, when it's like one subject, it's...
Yeah, it's one subject and
overwhelming.
one-on-one. Like it was just like pretty full on. So I did that for quite a while. Probably over a year. I think I did that for, and then I entered Thai uni, but I didn't, obviously the curriculum's not in Thai. It was like an international university. So all my classes were in English, but I made a few Thai friends there, and then, just living here and then just using it. And so so I think I did like serious lessons for about a year and a half. And then after that, I just, just learned by using it and like immersing myself in like everyday life.
Right. And you're Japanese. How did you learn that? Just picked it up?
Yeah, I majored in Japanese. I just had a few Japanese
picked
friends.
it up on the street.
Well, actually, that being said, I'm lucky that there is a really large Japanese community in Thailand, but I majored in Japanese at university in Thailand.
Oh,
so that was
that's
my major
nice.
subject. Yeah, and then like I'm a huge fan of like manga, anime. And you know what's funny is like I didn't know there were some that I'd been a fan of Japanese things for so long. Like for example, I mean, I didn't find out that Pokemon was Japanese when I was 20, but you know, like as a kid, you don't think things like you don't know where stuff's from. Like for example, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z on TV, like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece, and obviously everyone speaks in English because it's on air, like in English-speaking countries. So I just assumed it was like an American TV show because like everyone had American accents. This is like I was like, man, like American animation is so cool or whatever. But then like then I found out about dubs, and then I was like, it all makes sense now. So yeah, so I studied Japanese at uni for 4 years, and then after that I just have some Japanese friends who I practice with every now and then, and I just use it like when I'm reading manga and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite word in like every language you speak?
In Japanese, my favorite word is itoshi, and that means like beloved, or it means like if you say, for example, if you say like if you're writing a letter to someone and you say like my dear and then like whatever their name is, then you would say like itoshi and then like whatever their name is. So that's probably my favorite word. And
it's
then
very romantic.
So cute.
No, but guys, like I'm a huge what's the word? You know, and this is also another funny thing that like even though it's like a true thing, but like when you say it, you sound pretentious. You know, like when you say it, like I know like it kind of sounds like it's so hard jumbling like all these languages in my head because like I'm trilingual now, so you know like I can't remember my own native language. But that being said, I am slower when it comes to thinking of English words. Like, I can't remember the word. Like I know what it means and I know what I want to say, but it doesn't come to my mind.
Yeah.
What's the word where like I'm a sucker for like romance. Yeah, so like romantic TV shows, like I really enjoy crying. Not so much like in real life, but like I enjoy crying when watching stuff.
I'm the same way. I cry like watching shows every day. I'm not even joking.
Really?
Yeah. I like watching Korean dramas, and so like I just like to watch really emotional shows and make myself cry. It sounds really weird, but
if you want something that'll like make you bawl your eyes out, now it's a really old drama. I think it's like probably like close to 14 years old or something. There's a Japanese drama called 1 Liter of Tears. I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm not going near that. No. No way. My goodness.
I take it you've heard of this drama before.
My friend watched it and she was like, I literally cried. No, I'm not. I don't know. I can't deal with that much sadness.
No, it literally it made like so after it might have had 10 or 12 episodes, and after episode 3, like I would just be bawling like at the end of every episode. I would watch like one episode every day before I went to sleep, and I would just cry like literally like I wasn't like but like my throat was like swollen and my eyes were puffy, and I would wake up in the morning and I would just be like, why do I do this to myself? But it's really good. But I wouldn't recommend the movie. I would go the drama if you want to watch it. But I know like wait, Coco, is that your real name too? Or is that like your
my real name's Courtney, but everyone calls us Coco.
So anyway, 1 Liter of Tears. It's based on a true story. It's actually based like on a memoir of the main character. And anyway.
God. Oh, that makes it worse.
If you don't want to die, then like I wouldn't recommend emotionally. I mean, if you don't want to emotionally die, then I wouldn't recommend watching it. But it is real, like it's good. Like it's not just like tragic and it's gonna make you cry. Like it's got good messages in there as well.
Yeah, it's like Until We Meet Again. I've watched it once. I cried my eyes out. I'm not going back.
Yeah. Have you heard about that one? It's a BL Thai.
Oh, is that the one? I heard you guys talking about it in the last podcast. Is it a Korean one? A Taiwan?
Oh, it's Thai.
Taiwanese?
Yeah.
Wait, Thai? Taiwanese? Taiwan?
No, Thai.
Thailand.
Yeah, of course. Until We Meet Again. That's the one with like
the suicide. And red thread.
Yeah. My manager watched that. And I was like, oh, what was it like? And he told me just like about the suicide things. And I was like, no, that's not for me.
Yeah, it's literally the first 10 minutes of the series. And you're just like, what did I get myself into? And it's just the whole series. It's just like constant emotions.
Do they all commit suicide and then they meet again? Or is it just
one pairing?
No, just two.
One pairing,
gosh,
and then they meet again in modern times.
Yeah. But it does have a happy ending though. They kind of tie it all together pretty well. So you kind of like, you get flashbacks for the couple that's suicided all the time, and at the end you kind of get like, now I'm spoiling the whole thing, but
it's okay. It's okay. I think enough time has passed that if people listening haven't watched it, then like
in the end they kind of show them as ghosts, and they kind of come together again and kind of get that closure they didn't get before. So it has a good ending.
That's sweet. That's nice.
Yeah, and we really like it because it's a lot different than most of the BLs out there. There's like this whole thing with BLs and schools and like the same doctor engineering. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So that's why a lot of people are really excited about KinnPorsche too now.
Yeah, me too. It's really cool.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
You know, if you're gonna watch a BL, I can really recommend you should check out Manor of Death.
I was talking to MD about that the other day, and he was saying like, obviously it's BL, but he didn't. He's what he said to me is that it's not like super.
It's
BL.
not like no, it's like a crime mystery.
Yeah, it focuses a lot more on like the crime solving aspect, and then the romance is just kind of there existing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll probably wait till it's finished airing, and then I'll just like binge watch it.
And it's fun to see MD in a dress dancing. Like...
I saw the memes
pink
of that
dress. Yeah.
That's a gift now in our saver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, him dancing.
I need to go and check that out. Actually, there's one BL that I want to watch, and I want to go and watch Cherry Magic.
Yes.
Yeah. Do it.
Because
should.
At first, like everyone in the chat, like YouTube chat, was like, "Oh, you should watch it," blah 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 blah. And I was like, "I want to," but you know that feeling when there's like things you want to watch, and you're like, you want to watch it, but unless you're like in the mood, like you got to be in the mood to like actually start it.
Yeah.
And then I heard you guys talking about it on the podcast, and I was like, no, I better check this out. But actually, one thing that I was thinking of doing is that because it's available on WeTV in Thailand, and like WeTV is free.
Yeah.
Apart from the VIP episodes. So I was thinking about doing a reaction video to it, but then like, I don't know. I don't feel like I know, but like I'm in the industry, and it's like reacting. I mean, I guess it's not Thai, so it doesn't matter. But I have to go and check out the like legalities of like, you know, like when you do a reaction, it's like you have to have the screen a certain size and all this kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. And Japan is really, really like hardcore on stuff like that. So
I know WeTV is pretty lax about that stuff. But since it's not a Thai drama, I'm not really sure. So I have to go and check what the deal is with that. Because it doesn't make sense. Because like, if I do a reaction to it, then literally everyone could just watch it for free on the reaction.
Yeah. But you kind of still, like, a lot of people do reaction videos, and especially if they are in the industry and stuff, people love watching. Like people in the industry, like watching and commenting stuff they like do. And it's like you're watching a reaction video more for like, it's sort of like when you watch a show on your own and you get like really excited and there's no one around you to like share that excitement with, or sadness or whatever. When you're watching a reactioner, you kind of like get that, oh, he's feeling like the exact same like I felt that moment. Like you get like this sort of connection there. So that's why people like reaction videos. It's kind of, especially now in the pandemic where we're all like stuck inside almost. So yeah. So you should definitely look into it.
Yeah, I understand the appeal of it now more than I did before. But I think the thing is, like, usually when I watch stuff, it's all like internal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really like, like, I feel like if I just watched it, like, it would just be like me, like, for like 20 minutes or so, just like staring blankly at a screen.
I know some reactioners kind of, instead of just showing the whole episode and the reaction to the whole episode, they kind of just cut it up to the most interesting reactions or interesting parts. So. And like, you know a lot about like working in the industry, so you could like have a lot of commentary to come with.
That's very kind of you to say, but I really don't.
Well, you know more than we do.
Okay, yeah, that might be true, but okay, no, let's just move on. Yeah.
But yeah, even if you don't react to it, definitely watch it because it is a top tier show. It's so good.
Okay.
It's so funny.
I like things with like a little supernatural element to it, like because it just makes it like a little bit more fun than like, you know, the regular drama that you get, or like no, but there's nothing wrong with cliches or tropes if they're done well, but it's just fun to see something new. Yeah.
I agree. What made you decide to like open a YouTube channel?
What made me decide? Actually, I wanted to do it for a while, but you know, when the pandemic hit like bad, the first time was around March of 2020, and seriously, at that time, I was just, because like there was no work because everything's on lockdown. So I would literally just be like wasting away my my Sunday to Friday and just like waiting for the newest episode of My Engineer to like be on air, to just like see what was like going on and see everyone's reaction to it. Like, because there was really nothing to do. Oh, I played so much Fortnite. It was such a, no, but I'm not saying there was nothing to do. I did nothing. Sorry, I should rephrase that. I literally did nothing. So, and at that time I didn't really have much equipment, and also I wasn't really, like, it didn't seem like a realistic thing that I could do, because it seemed like such a huge undertaking at the time. So I think it was, why did I want to do it? I don't know. I just like thought it was like a cool way to provide more content to fans, and also just a way for me to just show things that I like especially like, for example, the stuff with Pokemon, like it's just stuff that I like. And then the teaching Thai is just like, I enjoy teaching in general. Like I've taught English a few times. Like I've had a few like students I taught English to. Just like a platform for me to just like share fun stuff.
Yeah.
But since I've also been able to start the live stream as well, so now it's been a really good experience to be able to connect with fans, especially when I don't have like new TV series. And also the thing was, like, even before My Engineer was on air, like Pinan or Nancy, who's the producer of My Engineer, like we already had plans, or like things were set in motion to do international fan meets, especially like in the Southeast Asia region. Or so, you know, we didn't get the opportunity to go and meet like fans abroad. So like especially with the live stream and the YouTube channel, it's a good way to interact with international fans as well.
Yeah. Did you notice like a shift in like when international fans kind of came on to the scene? Because I feel like a year or maybe two ago, it wasn't like that big internationally, and it suddenly kind of skyrocketed.
I feel like when I jumped in, it was already like quite
on its
big
way
internationally. Yeah, I think so. Like we were all, even when like the trailer for My Engineer came out, we were already surprised at how big the international like reaction was to the series. So I think maybe the big leap was like, might have been before like My Engineer came on the scene, but obviously it's been bigger since then, especially with series such as like Together and stuff like that. Like that was just like, that's
massive.
like, that's insane. Like, yeah, like so big, like just unbelievably like huge. Like that was just crazy.
It was. You have a really like big Pokemon collection, right?
Yes.
I'm back to the Pokemon.
Of course.
Like, how did you get it that big? Well, where did you start?
So if we're talking about games, so for example, my Game Boy Color, then you got like Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Blue, except I don't know where my Yellow went, it just disappeared. So those are things that I've had literally since I was like 6 years old. So it's just been an ongoing thing. But there's a lot of things I regret, especially like trading in games. And you know, like when you trade a game in, like you get no value for it. But I didn't just trade them all in, I just sold some to friends or whatever. So you know, it's easy to say in hindsight, you wish you did this, you wish you did that. But I wish I had like all my like Game Boy Advance SP, like I don't have any more, and like Leaf Green, the original Sapphire, Diamond and Pearl, and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't have those anymore. But I think since Nintendo DS, but not Diamond and Pearl, but like Black and White, from then onwards, I've kept like all the games. And then Pokemon cards was something that I've been collecting since I was like 6 years old as well.
Okay.
But I go through periods of being really into it and not. So I would say like I was seriously buying Pokemon cards from the ages of like 6 to like 12, 13, 14, somewhere around there. And then I went off that. And then it's just kind of like a group activity. So I had one of my best friends who I've known since I was 6 years old. We played Pokemon together. So it was kind of like fate, because I said it in the YouTube video, but I'm sure like a lot of people like might not have seen the video. So like it was like Destiny. So when I got gold, my friend also got silver, but like we didn't like say, oh, I'm gonna get this one, you're gonna get that. That's just the ones we got. And then after that, so he got ruby, I got sapphire, that kind of thing. So we like our like Pokemon habits tend to like reflect one another. So if he's getting back into Pokemon, then I'll follow. And if I'm like, you got to check out this new set of cards, and he'll be like, oh, awesome, and then we'll start buying cards again. So then there was there was a period of time where he came to visit me in Thailand like a few years ago, and then we just started looking at cards online and then got obsessed and we started buying them again. So yeah, that was Pokemon cards. And then the plushies are something that I've been buying with my brother since we moved to Thailand, just because they look nice and they're like not too expensive in Thailand. And then I got a bunch of stuff from fans as well. So the fans like buy me plushies like for gifts and things like that, and a whole bunch of like random Pokemon merch. Like I have this really cute Pokemon money box where have you seen those like money boxes where you put like a coin on it and then a cat paw comes out and pulls the coin in? Have you seen those? Yeah, so I have one, except it's Pikachu's hand and it comes out and it pulls the coin in.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And then when I went to Japan for the first time at the end of 2019, obviously, so in Tokyo, I think they have like 5 or 6 Pokemon centers, and I went to all of them and just like went crazy and took photos and stuff. Yeah, I met Mewtwo. That was pretty cool. Sorry, I don't want to nerd up the podcast too much. Everyone just be like, Mewtwo.
Please. Nerd away.
I'm completely nerding out myself. I love Pokemon.
Yes, so and then at the moment I'm waiting for Pokemon Snap. But that being said, I didn't have a Nintendo 64 growing up. I had a PlayStation 1. So I never played Pokemon Snap, so I'm looking forward to Pokemon Snap coming out.
One of my friends had Pokemon Snap. And I remember trying it, and I'm just like, I tried to like go visit her oftener just so I could play it because I couldn't get it myself. It was so much fun to play.
That's similar to me. I had a friend who had Pokemon Stadium 2 on N64. And, you know, like there was like mini games. Like you can do the battling, but there was also like mini games, kind of like Mario Party-esque. And yeah, that was heaps of fun.
Coco, do you have any questions?
Oh, Coco, I meant to ask you. So, like, are you from, what country are you from?
England.
So the thing is, like, like the terminology I always mix up is like British, English, Scottish. So if you're British, does that mean you can be from England, Wales, or Scotland?
No, if you're from Wales, you're Welsh.
Right.
If you're from Scotland, you're Scottish. And if you're from just like England, yeah, British.
You're British.
Okay, so I sound really dumb now because I can say it now because you just said it, but I knew all that. Sorry, what I meant to say was if you're from the United Kingdom, you can be from England, Scotland, or Wales, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, but my accent's like, I haven't got a posh British accent. I'm more like, I sound like a peasant.
No,
but that's the cool thing about England is that you have so many accents in such a tiny country.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should say small. I don't know why I like went out of my way to say tiny. Yeah, sorry.
No, it is really small.
No,
whenever we look
really
at maths
small.
in school, we're like, oh, there's a tiny dot.
Yeah. And it's funny, like when people ask you, like, can you do an English accent? And you're like, well, which one? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because obviously, like growing up and stuff like Harry Potter, there's like, are you like more like, I don't know, I guess like more kind of posh accent. Yeah, standard. And then there's like, you know, the thing is like you go to do an accent and then it's almost going to come out of your mouth and you realize how cringy it is and you just like stop yourself before it starts. But because like I said, like growing up with like a lot of like English TV shows and there's actually like quite a few British people like on Australian TV as well. So like there'll be like people like with accents like, you what mate? And like stuff like that. Or then there'll be like people like there was a period where I was really into Geordie Shore.
Oh my, that's where I'm from.
God.
Oh really? I was gonna say no. I thought that was like your accent sounded like them, but I didn't want to say it just in case you got offended. Like, I'm not from Geordie.
But
like,
can I just say we're not like that? Like, we are not like that. That gives us a bad name.
Yeah. Wait, have you seen the show?
Yes.
What's the thing they say at the end of like the opening title? It's like Geordie Shore, wow, or something like that. I don't know. I can.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Yeah, they say "we I man."
Way I man. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Yeah.
I don't even know. We say like loads of different things. Like Howie means like come on.
Oh,
Interesting.
Okay. It
Yeah.
sounds like a completely different language.
I know.
yeah, that's cool. But anyway, yeah. So Coco, do you have a question?
I think we'll have like, should we go off the list of questions?
No,
About how
just
Pixie.
think about something. It's fine.
Well, I was gonna. I don't know if it's like a stupid question.
You're like, no. Let me put you under pressure. Don't look at the list. Think of something yourself.
Like, would you ever act in like a? Because your Japanese is so good. Would you ever act in a Japanese drama?
I wouldn't go so far as to say dream, but if that opportunity ever came, I would just be like, yes. I wouldn't even be. No. That's bad. I can't say. I wouldn't even be interested in the script. I'd have to check the script first. But that is something that would be really awesome. Yeah, for sure. No, but like, I just want to clarify that. Yeah, I can speak at like a conversational level, but like, I'm sorry. Just 1 second. Sorry, there's a lot of mosquitoes like flying around. I gotta. We have. I don't know. Do you guys? We didn't have these in Australia, but do you guys have like? They kind of look like tennis rackets, and you just.
Oh,
the
the zappers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have those in Australia, so they're really convenient. I feel bad, like using it, but
Zapping them.
Yes.
yeah, just zapping them. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, sorry. My Japanese is like a conversational level, but it's not like I don't sound like Japanese. No, I'm not going to go to Japan and people will be like mistake me for like even a half Japanese person. Like I'm sure like I have like a strong like foreign accent. But to answer your question, yeah, that would be awesome. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
I have some really random off-topic things I can say if you want me to. So
yeah.
So
yeah, go ahead.
I bought this microphone recently, right? And one of the reasons I bought it was because I wanted to like sing some covers and then put them on YouTube. So I got like the mic and like this like audio. And you know what? Let me go on another tangent just before I get this started. See, the thing was, I just thought that all devices nowadays came via USB connection. See, I never used a mic before, so I didn't know that they used XLR. So when the mic came and it didn't have any like cables or anything, and I looked at the bottom of the mic, I was like, huh? So then I started looking up on the internet, like, oh, what kind of connection am I supposed to use? And it's like, oh, you can't connect it via USB because it needs, what's it called, like shadow voltage or something like that. And I was like, what?
Something like that.
And then I needed like some audio encoder. And then so I had to get this thing that the mic runs through and then I connect it to the computer. But I found out later there's also a USB.
Right?
Yeah, so there's also a USB version, but it's like double the price, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but the sound is a lot better with the XLR.
Ah,
like,
I did not know
it's
that.
a lot better sounding than
that's good to
USB.
Sorry about the zaps. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to the story about covers. So I'm not like, I wouldn't say like I'm a good singer. Like, for example, we're talking about singing. Okay, let me just brag for a bit. So when I went to the Boyfriends concert, you guys know the Boyfriends concert? So Tale and Tommy and the other Perth that they were all in. So I got to go to that. And they're singing live, and they sounded so good. Like, but I already know Tale's a good singer because, like, he lets me. Well, he lets me. Well, how should I say this? I go in his car a lot. Like when we have work together, like we'll go in his car because I don't have a car and we live kind of close. And he's always singing in the car, and he sounds good. Like it's not just normal. Like like they're singing in tune, and there's actually like sounding good.
Yeah,
like a nice voice. So he knows how to sing. I don't know how to sing, but I can sing in tune. So the other day I was like mucking around with it, just testing the microphone out, like recording myself, listening back to myself. And oh my gosh, like it was not good, guys. Like it was like not bad, but it was not good at all. And I was like, oh my goodness, what have I like invested in? But that being said, like obviously it's something you can improve on. So last night, like I was just up watching like YouTube videos, how to find your own voice, like all this kind of stuff like that.
Nice.
So it might be a while till I get my first cover out, but that's a new project that I'm working on at the moment.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
I totally get that about sound. Like, do you get the whole thing when you listen back to your own voice that you get kind of
I hate it.
cringe?
Yeah, at the beginning, look, I couldn't watch before my engineer was on air, I decided I wasn't going to watch it because it's just too cringe, or I just wasn't going to watch my own scenes. But then it was surprisingly quick to get over.
Yeah.
That being said, I didn't have many lines. Like I'm just mostly looking at my facial reactions, but and also because I'm not speaking in my native language, so that was also kind of cringy too. And also I watched it with my mom and my brother and my dad, so like my dad doesn't understand Thai, which is good, but like
okay, yeah.
My brother is fluent, so he wasn't like me growing up. I didn't learn Thai, but he learned both growing up. So like when I say something really cringy, he looks at me and gives me like this really cringy face. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I have not been able to get used to hearing my voice. Like when we listen back to the podcasts, I'm like, why do I sound like this? But
do you guys all listen to it back together?
Yeah, we like listen to the edit before we put it onto YouTube to like make sure everything sounds okay. We sometimes we do like the premieres on YouTube, so we'll like chat with some of the people who listen to it while it's like premiering, and then we listen to it then too. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I see. I was gonna say it must be a huge pain in the ass to like listen to it like over and over again, especially since it's an hour long, because like when I'm editing YouTube videos, like sometimes I do it by myself or sometimes I get my brother to do it. Well, I don't get him to do it. I reimburse him substantially. But like no, but like it's literally like at the most like a 12-minute video, and just watching that over and over again, like you just get sick of it, where you just like don't even care that it's like cringe or your voice anymore. You like, want to get the edit done with and get it out. You guys, okay, how about I give you an update on season 2 of my engineering?
Yeah,
people would love to hear that.
Okay, so I don't know much. Unfortunately, my answer. No, but if you've been following like any interviews or anything recently, it's still in the stages of script writing at the moment, because so my engineer has 2 books plus Space, which makes it 3. So Space is like the Ram King book, right?
Ram King. Yeah, I read it.
Yeah, so the thing is, my engineer season 1 went up until about I think half of Space, or maybe 1/3 of Space. Yeah, so there's not enough content to fill out a season 2. Even if you wanted to do a shortened version, I mean, it's not just. I mean, if you just did just Ram King's story, yeah, maybe you could do like a short mini series, but everyone's in it again, like like Tara, Frank, and everyone's in it. So they're trying to make a good story to tell over 12 or 14 episodes.
Yeah, I noticed that they changed a lot from the novel in season 1 as well, so they kind of have to tie everything into those changes. And I honestly, I'm just let them take the time they need to write it, because the novel for me, like especially Space, I've said it before, I'm not the biggest fan of the novel because I think the author went a little bit out of character.
I'm laughing, but I haven't read it, but I know some details, like Ramen King like doing some stuff in a car, and I know that there's like some like UK model that comes in, and I gotta follow him like all the way to England, so I know that we're definitely not going to England. So that's gotta be like adjusted. No, I would love to go and shoot my scenes in England, but I don't think that's possible with the current budget. But yeah, so some things need to be adjusted. Yeah,
so I understand that they're kind of a little bit maybe stuck on how to write it, but so I would rather wait and let them do like a proper job at it than just have it now.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting is that the author, when she wrote those books, like she was only like 16 years old, like she was really young. So you can imagine like a 16-year-old's imagination running wild, and how like so even like Nancy, she says all the time, like they want to stay true to the books, but it still needs to be like somewhat realistic, like based in reality.
Yeah, and when you like take a novel and put it on screen, you still have to change a lot, because in the novels a lot of it is thinking and just emotions in general that you can't really portray in a TV series. So obviously they need to change. So but I'm excited. I'm really looking
the current plan, from what I've heard, is that like if everything goes to plan, then it should shoot somewhere like middle to like let's just say don't hold me to this, but like just like theoretically, like August or something like that, and then
that's exciting.
Ideally it would be on before the end of the year.
You don't know what they're gonna do about Mech, do you?
I do, but I can't say anything.
Have you started filming for KinnPorsche?
So that, you know, what's funny about that is that the trailer goes for 9 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So when people saw it, they were like, "Oh, it must be coming out soon," because they,
yeah,
we literally shot the trailer.
Yeah.
Like we just shot the scenes in the trailer. We haven't started shooting yet. We're still doing workshops at the moment.
I was so surprised by that because there are some elaborate scenes in that trailer. And I'm just, okay, how much money did it take to like film that trailer for 9 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, probably a lot. But I think it was really worth it to show like the quality of the series. Like I was so shocked because I mean, like, not in a bad way, but obviously there's like budget restraints and there's also just like stylistic differences. But like for me, watching Western dramas, then going to like Japan, Korea, and coming to watch Thai drama, it just feels like what you're watching, like the quality. And I'm not talking about like the quality of the story or anything, but I'm talking about what you're actually seeing on screen, like the colors and everything. It just like seems something's like a little off about it or just like different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was something that took me a while to like get my head around. It's like it felt like old fashioned for me, but old fashioned in a not good way. Like I'm watching something like from the 90s or something.
Absolutely.
But if you're watching something that's a product of its time, like Friends or whatever, or like Seinfeld, you're like, oh, it's like from
it's fine.
So, it makes sense. But like when you watch something now, you're like, oh, they shot that this year? And you're like watching it. Like, huh? So I was really surprised. No, but like I knew that there was a lot of money going into it and they had a vision and stuff and they explained it to us. But I was really surprised and, you know, impressed by the visuals of the trailer. So yeah.
It was really high quality. I think we were all very surprised by it, but it's got people really excited for it. So it did its job well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a while till it comes out though. But this year, but it's not like, it's not like soon.
Coming like next month or something.
How is it on sort of doing the workshops with the KinnPorsche cast compared to My Engineer?
Well, there's way more people. There's 15 of us, first of all.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, there's varying, what do you say? Like, you know, like, there's, like, for example, my role, like, I'm not a main role. So I feel it's not like My Engineer where, like, when we go and promote, like, I got to be at every single interview, that kind of thing. Like, this time, like, kind of take a step back. So there's a lot of people like that. Like, so there's, like, three main, sorry. I'm going to answer your question first. Yeah. It's fun. It's pretty rowdy is the word I would use.
I can guess.
You know, like a bunch of guys getting together and just like, yeah, there's a lot of like really funny people. Like I'm not really the kind of like jokester type. I'm more of like the just like sit in a corner and laugh. So I just laugh a lot at everybody's jokes. And they're really funny and nice and kind. And I feel really lucky to, be a part of like a group of like nice people. So My Engineer, like obviously like we're all really like we're actually good friends. Like all of us are good friends now.
Yeah.
And like for me personally, it takes me a while to like get close to people. So I mean, we've been together for like almost 2 years now. So like we're all really good mates. And then KinnPorsche are all really nice people. And then also Destiny, like they're all really nice kids. I don't want to say kids, but I'm like on the older end. There's only one guy older than me. So like they're all really nice too. So yeah, I feel really lucky to be able to like work with like nice people and like stay away from all that drama.
Yeah, why Destiny? I totally forgot about that. That's like a threesome, you, Chile, and June. We were kind of confused by the whole setup there.
I can't say a lot, but that's already started shooting.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, so that.
Nice.
The original plan was it for it to be out at the end of around the end of March to the beginning of April, but I think there's like, you know, with the pandemic there's like been a few setbacks, but it's still going on at the moment. So there's 7 couples because each couple is a day of the week, and so every couple has one person whose name is a day of the week. And the story of the couple is loosely based on like the characteristics of someone born that day. I don't know if you have it like it's not, we don't have it in Australia, but in Asian culture, if you're born like on a day of the week, then you're supposed to have like particular traits, like, you know, outgoing or whatever. Yeah. Or like, I think someone born on Wednesday is supposed to have like some sort of supernatural connection. Like they feel like they can like speak to spirits and things. So, anyway, we'll find out about it more in the series. But for me, Yun and Lei, so, you know, actually the novel, it's an online novel. Like you can read it. It's all online.
Okay.
Yeah, in Thai, obviously, but
in Thai,
and it's not very long. It's pretty short.
Okay.
because there's 7 stories in one book.
Yeah.
What can I say? It's not. I don't know if I can tell if I say this. It's not a love triangle, is what I can say. Like, it's not like
Okay.
me and you know, like fighting over to like it's not like, what's that movie where
Okay.
it's like, is it Reese Witherspoon and there's 2 guys trying to get a spy versus spy? Anyway, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So it's not like that. It's not like that. It's
Okay.
It's a nice story, and hopefully there's not going to be any drama from fans or like shippers being like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that they've put these 3 together. Like, it's a nice story. And we get
okay.
to, all 3 of us get to play. All 3 of us get to play like characters that are different from our previous characters.
Oh, that's nice.
exciting.
Yeah, I get to play like a smiley, kind character. I mean, Ram's kind, but he's not so smiley. So I get to play like someone that's closer to this persona of myself. And then Talei's character is a little bit more, not brooding, a little bit more gloomy, not as upbeat as King. And then Yun's character is quite adult, mature is the word.
Mature. Yeah. That sounds cool.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward
to it.
To that.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, I mean, there's like some other. So there's like Max and Nut from Why Are You? There as well, and I think everyone else is new faces. I mean, there's some people from YYY, but like they didn't have couples. I'm talking about people that had couples before.
Yeah.
But, like most of the people are like new. There's a lot of first time actors in this series, and they're good. We have like a good acting coach and everything on set, so it should be good.
That's nice.
At least the cinematography will be nice because P. Chiwin, who is like the director of like YYY and what's the new one called? He did Why Are You as well, but what's the new one called? You Never Eat Alone. But that's not really like BL.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen that one. Where did it air? I can't remember.
AIS
but
Play.
Yeah, we can't watch that in Western countries, so none of us has seen
that's
it.
Interesting. I wonder how you'll be able to watch White Destiny.
Yeah, it's kind of like you might mention that to the people working on this because, like, the international fans go like really heavy on it if you keep it away from them.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. All I know is that it's on AIS Play and Unext in Japan, which is like a streaming service in Japan. Actually, yes, I'll check and see what's going on about that because I want to know too. What was I going to say? But so going back to my point just before, like Pishiwin, who's the director, he always has like really nice wardrobe and cinematography. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. At least like our outfits will look nice.
Yeah, I did see some stills from the. I saw some stills from the You Never Eat Alone, and it looked really good.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
And we've got like answers to a lot of stuff that people were wondering about, which hasn't which hasn't been talked a lot about, like for international fans. Like we can look up interviews in Thailand and stuff, but like they never subtitle those, so we have no idea what's going on.
It's hard because one is like finding people to actually write them. Another thing is that when you have people talking over each other, like for example when people do like like when we were doing the reactions to My Engineer, like we did them every week, and people ask for subtitles. Like, this is impossible. It's not impossible,
just, like,
but it's
screaming.
just too.
Yeah,
it's too time consuming. Like, and it's like, and the program where you write subtitles on YouTube is just not suitable for two people talking at the same time.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah,
you kind of need to put the subtitles in the video itself if you want to. If people are talking over each other, and you need to put all the words in. Yeah,
and that takes even longer. Like when because I'm making YouTube videos now, the thing that I not despise, but like the thing that is the most like time consuming is probably editing. But but the subtitle writing sucks. Like it sucks, man. Like it's a thing that I kind of like I'm not looking forward to the most. So that's why in more recent videos I try to speak English and Thai, so I don't have to do. But sometimes I do English subtitles anyway because occasionally. Oh, you know what's sad is that they took away the fan subtitling thing.
Subs.
Yeah,
that was such a bad move on their part. I feel like.
I agree. That being said, when I actually went, so the reason that they told us that they stopped doing that was because that they're not being used. So when I went to go look at my videos to see how much they were being used, they're actually like kind of right. Like if I make English ones, then they'll be used a lot. But then the next one will be like Japanese probably, and then that will only be used like less than 10% of the time.
Yeah.
And then you can imagine like each one under that will be like 2%, 1%, 1%, 1%. So
yeah.
I don't understand like what I don't know anything about how programs or computers work, but I don't understand like what they save by taking it away.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Like, could it just be there? Like 1% is still 1%.
Like if fans are doing it, then what does YouTube lose from having it there?
Yeah, it doesn't unless it saves them. It must save them money or time or like memory somewhere or something
in the program or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend like I understand how computers work. I didn't even get like the right microphone for my computer.
Did you open your Discord server to the public yet, or?
Well, so you need a link to get in, and I posted the link to my YouTube members, and I asked them please don't share it with people outside the YouTube members. Yeah, but because it's mostly it's not really like a Perth Discord. It's like a YouTube members Discord.
I get it. Like exclusive members.
No. Well, it is exclusive members. What I mean is like we don't really talk about me. It's not like a like a
they talk
thing.
to each other, right?
Yeah, it's more like a game of, but it's not just gaming, but it's more like that community thing, as opposed to like Perth fans, if you know what I mean. Because I'm sure some people joined that like didn't know I was an actor, so
yeah, I get it.
Maybe like one or two. I don't know. Yeah, so that's going on now. I just opened it yesterday.
Is it difficult for you to get like jobs in the industry when you're half Thai and half, because you're an actor in Thailand, but you kind of look not completely Thai, right?
Okay.
So
let me answer this.
Do you feel like you're typecasted, kind of?
Oh, okay. Okay, I got to finish this one quick because I got to eat dinner and have a shower before I start the live stream. But okay, to answer your question simply, no. The only issue you're gonna have is speaking. The reason, so no, I'm not typecast at all. There's actually the thing is in Thailand, around 10 to 15 years ago, there was like a big boom of like half Asian actors. Like that was like what was like popular in terms of like outward appearance. Half, like if I don't know if you know them, there's like Nadette and Mario. Like they're like really famous Thai actors.
Yeah, I've
like,
heard.
And
of them.
they're half, and they're like they were like the kind of like height of the boom. But they're born and raised in Thailand, so you know they speak and sound like it. I think the most important thing is speaking and sounding like a Thai person.
Right.
It's not so you're not really going to get a typecast based on your appearance. But if you are 100% white, even if you speak perfect Thai, there aren't going to be many roles for you to play because they're just not white characters. It's not about them like being discriminatory. It's just when you're creating a story set in Thailand for Thai people, there just aren't like going to be that many white characters. So problems I had early on were not being able to speak Thai clearly enough, or like with the proper accent. Even now, like my accent's not perfect, but I was just lucky enough to get a role where speaking wasn't the most important thing. You know what I mean? So I was just lucky. I get that. Yeah. There are very little boundaries for halves, I feel, in Thailand. Yeah, it's just about your speaking more than anything else.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming on. This was really fun.
Such a fun
I could keep talking for hours on end. So, but we won't keep up more of your time.
I had a really good time, and thanks for having me on the podcast. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast with Perth. We had a lot of fun, and we just wanted to mention that we recently started a Patreon to help with the costs of stuff, and we really appreciate support there. We will be posting our podcast episodes a day early for the first tier of supporters. And if you're a second tier, you'll get extra clips, and we'll post extra content there. After a while, you can make suggestions on what you want to see and stuff like that. And for the highest tier, you will get the opportunity to get a shout out either from us or from the guests we have on the show.
There's also merch that is designed by our very own Coco that comes with the top 2 tiers as well. So that's something to look forward to as well.
Yes, the first one are some stickers, and they're really cute.
So.
They are. Stop it, Coco. They are
That's
so
right.
good. Yeah.
If Herb said they're cute, then they're cute.
Yes.
Okay. Please believe in me.
Super cute. And I just want to remind everyone that you should go check out Perth's YouTube channel. He does a lot of cooking videos. He teaches a little Thai. He does gaming, like cute games and some less cuter games.
He does weekly streams, I believe. So every Saturday he does streaming over on YouTube, and
I think on Tuesdays
they're really
too.
fun to watch. Tuesdays too, yeah.
Yeah, he has like the personality that just, it's fun to watch. And if you just want to be happy, you just sit down and watch his videos. So we'll leave the link in the description. So make sure you go over there, subscribe to our channel and Perth, and like the video. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.